Hello everyone, welcome to Deep Sky Photography. This video is just a run over of the software I use for post-processing and stacking my data which I collected either the night before or previous nights. So it should be a short video, so let's get stuck in. So the software I have is these ones here. For processing and stacking, I use slightly different programs. So we've got obviously Stellarium, which is when I thought I use to plan my night. For when I'm going out doing targets, I'll generally check on this to see what my night's going to be like for the actual alignments. For processing and stacking, I use Deep Sky Stacker, shall I say, and I also use pixinsight. Obviously, these other ones here, which we do have PIPP, Registacks, and Sequator, I use mainly for not stars, for moon, the sun, and planetary pictures. But obviously, I've not used those for a while. The actual processing, it's primarily pixinsight. I do have a few other ones in here which I could probably now get rid of, which would be GIMP, which I started using when I was at the very beginning, and Cyril. Cyril and GIMP are like Photoshop clones. They are very, very good. They're free programs, but obviously, as I developed and an understanding and everything, I moved on to more complex software. So first, I was using Photoshop while I was at university because I was able to get it free of charge, perks. But I halfway through the year, I went and bought pixinsight, and I've not really looked back. Deep Sky Stacker, I won't go too much into. It's a simple program. I'll do a how-to on it later on. But pixinsight, I use additional software for my this particular software. So I use a few add-ons, which are paid and some of them free. When it finally loads up, for some reason it's a Sunday morning, so it doesn't want to load up. There we go. So for free software, I use Easy Processing Suite, which is these ones here. I will link the Easy Processing Suite in the link below. Very good software. I also use in the render section the PCF image. Again, I will link this. This is a much simpler PCSF than using pixinsight's version. Very quick, very simple, and it's required for some of the other programs I use as well. Other ones I do use is the Blur series, Exterminator series. So I've got Blur Exterminator, I've got Noise Exterminator, and I've got Star Exterminator. These are paid software. If you want to buy all three of these, I suggest buying one or the cheaper one, and then installing that. And then when you go buy the other ones, you can get the other ones at a slight discount, which should be making it a little bit cheaper, especially buying all three of them. So you save yourself, I think it's $10 a time you save every time you want to buy it. So you do save yourself about $20 worth, which is about 16 quid. So it's definitely worth doing. Stacking in pixinsight is done through, if my mouse ever works today, is through weighted batch processing. I use this when I'm creating mosaics. Again, there'll be how-to on mosaics. Obviously, I've got master lights and master darks and bars for my last mosaic, which would be for my first light of my raster 8. That will be coming out hopefully soon once I get another clear sky. So I need to test the focal optics with the secondary bit of glass installed to compare the how focused it is with the glass in and my glass out, because there's quite a bit of confusion. So hopefully I'll drop a conclusion from that. but I did do it on a mosaic. So obviously, when you do mosaics, it's for the files. It's pretty simple to set up. Most of it is in quite straightforward. Put it into output folder and you just run it. It's a very good bit of software. For other bits and pieces, obviously Blur Terminator is your deconvolution. This is much better than the pixinsight version, which should be deconvolution, which is back down there. You open this one up and you got your external PSF, which is where the script comes in. Use PCF image. It's not active image, obviously, but when you put an image up, it will calculate the size of the stars. It will then create a PCF image, and then you'll click on this, and you'll be able to select down the PCF image, click OK, and it will use that as a PCF image. When you use D-Ring in local support with masks and stuff like this. So deconvolution on here is quite experimental. With the actual Blur Exterminator, it's extremely simple. You go to the PCF image. Let's just run this up one. Let's just open up a picture. It doesn't really matter what I'm opening up. So if you open up this is an old picture of M16, the Eagle Nebula. And what am I doing? Script. PCF image. So you click on that. You click evaluate. It'll run it tiny scale. If it's a very big file, it does take a while to do. If you do that, you can create a preview in a large section and then do this on the preview, which will speed things up. But this is only a small example, so it should be quite quick. So we'll just let this run through. And what it will do, it will give you a load of calculations. So this PSF Imager, which is a free bit of software, is very much recommended and very much worth it. So you've got all this information here, which most of it you could actually ignore. The only things you really need to worry about is these two here. Now you add these together, divide it by 2, you'll get a number, which should be 27, 28, nope, 27, no, 28. And when you divide that, you put 14 on there, so it would be 14 on top of that. You then put this number into here, and then you just click on there, and it will deconvolution the actual page for you. So these are a comparison. This is with my deconvolution. This one's just a stretched image, unchained stretched image. You can tell there is a slight difference. Noise exterminator will literally just remove the noise. It's a very quick process. It's surprising how quick it is. Yeah, it's alarming. It's a lot faster than the easy processors suite, which is very surprising. Again, this is detrimental to the actual size of the actual file you're processing. So if you've got like a 200, 300 meg file compared to a 50 meg file, it's going to take a lot longer. So just keep that one in mind. It doesn't look like it's done much, but when you zoom right in, to clear the noise. So up here. So when you zoom right in, look at the difference there. Look. So that's Noise Exterminator. It's what I use as well. It's the reason I mean, it's quicker than Easy Processing Suite. I will probably do a proper comparison video later on about it, showing the exact pros and cons. I'm not going to get rid of the green because it's a pre-stretched image, and the screen will just go nuts if you remove the green before it's stretched. Turns it all nice and purple, as an example, like that. Oh, that's why it does like that. So it's yeah. So you can't take the green away from the actual process and that. So that's how you can get a goldish color as well, by the way. So yeah, so that's the software. I won't tell you about the Star Exterminator, apart from the fact is it's a lot better than the Star Mask, or Star Net, shall I say? So apologies. If you use StarNet 2, it'll give comparable results. But Star Exterminator is a very good software for removing stars. I'll show that at a later date. The other processing I use is obviously Deep Sky Stacker. I wasn't going to do this, but it's going to be only a few minutes worth. So this is the other one I use for stacking my pictures. I generally use this if it's not a mosaic. So it's a bit more slow, a lot more quicker. Doesn't take nowhere near as much space. If you use a BPSS on pixinsight, it will take up like 30, 40 gigs worth of space on your hard drive. It's a very long, intrusive program, not intrusive as such, but it takes a lot of files which you can remove afterwards. But this deep size stacker is a far, far quicker way of doing things. So this is generally my go-to stacking program. There is an update which I haven't downloaded yet, but unless it's a mosaic, I'll always do mosaics in pixinsight, always, 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 and any other picture I generally do in deep size stacker. Thank you for watching. This is a very short video. This is just for the programs I use, the add-ons on those programs I use for stacking and processing. Future videos will include how to use these, how to use mosaics and stuff like this, which will come in the very near future. So stay tuned. Thank you guys for watching, and see you on the next one.